search till I fall for you, for you. Inside this cold for you, I'm still searching for you. I'm still searching for you. From dirt to the sky, I'm still searching for I've seen you inside this cold. I run till I know you, inside my heart. But now I'm still searching for you. I'm still searching for you. From dirt to the sky, I'm still searching for you. 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 From dirt to the sky, I'm still searching for you.
Wake the fuck up, samurai. We have a city to burn.
You disgust me.
Who gives a shit?
Go on.
I made it the fuck up.
I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm dead. It's glorious. And I run. Just for fun, 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 just for fun. Just for fun, just for fun,
I'm sorry. I couldn't resist.
just for fun, 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 just for fun.
Hello, everybody out there in YouTube land. So good to see you again. This is your T-shirted historian, and welcome to Tuesday with Geeks.
Hello.
Hello. Oh my God, have we got some fun stuff today? So, first off, and this kind of coincides with a story that we actually... Ultra is having problems again. He'll be back. But this kind of coincides with a story that we actually should have mentioned like a couple of weeks ago, but due to convoluted reasons, we didn't get around to it. But some years ago, back when my father was still alive, I kickstarted Zombicide's White Death Pledge. And yesterday it arrived. Now, I'm not going to show you every single thing I have because it's like, 2 big boxes worth of stuff. But I thought some highlights of a few things that you haven't maybe seen. And of course, these are unpainted, but this is the Ninja Turtle Jenica.
Oh.
What?
Look at the detail
No,
on
it's-
that guy.
It's Jenica.
You don't like Jenica?
Well, she kind of became the face of the franchise for a while and sort of killed the comics.
Oh, wow. A human-born ninja known as Jenica who is mutated into a turtle.
She got a blood transfusion from like Leonardo and became a turtle. And she got
Oh.
all the weapons.
It's a lot of women get superpowers with blood transfusions. So She-Hulk got her powers too.
Yeah. I mean, that's... maybe all the women should be getting blood transfusions from us and turning into superpowered creatures.
Yeah, fun fact, the character actually started as like the author's like OC character that he got to put into the comic.
You mean for, what is it, IDW?
Yes.
I was about to say, because Eastman and Laird didn't have that problem, but I think they've sold the franchise a long time ago.
Well, you got this in time for them to have completely relaunched the comic, so
Well, what shocks me is they picked Jenica. They didn't do what's it, Venus de Milo.
well,
As a figure.
again, it's the fact that it was the writer's OC character, his fursona.
Okay. Well, I
All
also
these
got the
names are
teenage.
going over my head.
Well, it's comic nerddom. I also did get the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Time Crash Zombicide add-on, so it has all like the samurai versions of the turtles and stuff. But this little guy also made it.
Oh hell yeah, that's my boy
Yeah.
right there.
There you go. Yeah,
Oh.
Usagi Yojimbo.
That
Or-
one I recognize from the early 2000s TMNT show that used to be on Fox. That's how I recognize him from that.
Well, his other name is Miyamoto Usagi, obviously.
His name is freaking Miyamoto. That's great.
hmm And they did a really nice little sculpt on him. I don't know how well you can see it.
If he's Miyamoto, shouldn't he have 2 swords?
That was my thought too. Is like, how come he doesn't have his second sword drawn? But
Maybe he doesn't think much of his opponent. He's like, 1 sword's enough for this guy.
the Musha Shugyo is never fully complete. So yeah, they'll be fun to paint up along with the hundreds of other Zombicide miniatures that I got with the White Death set.
T-shirt, have you thought about building yourself a zombie army for like tabletop war games?
I got one.
Enough.
I've
Really?
got enough zombies to run a zombie army. I really do. But yeah, this set has more zombies because they're like Asian themed zombies. Like, so we got like terracotta warrior zombies. You got jumping zombies. There's all kinds of new abominations, including some gods that have basically fallen to the death plague and have risen up as things for your characters to have to fight, like Amaterasu Omikami herself. Quite a few names that Joel will probably recognize from his lore.
My shameless theft of other cultures' heritage, yes.
The four guardian beasts of China are in this too, like Byako the white tiger, and
Oh yeah.
the black was it the black turtle and the blue dragon, and the red phoenix. And it also has some other legendary characters in there too, because now you can actually play Sun Wukong, because I got him as a figure. So yeah, I'm looking.
everyone's reimagining Piggy as a hot chick. I just want to point out that my game was supposed to have done that first, and I didn't get around to writing the second part of that supplement. I feel so bad.
Huh.
You got some really, really good art for him too. So
I'm just curious. Okay, do you have Sun Wukong statted up?
hell yeah. Yeah,
Oh,
you can
awesome.
get him right now, dude. For All Above Heaven, the one where you're in like the cosmic scale of Tianshang, like he's the character you get to play, him and Tripitaka, the monk. So, and I've also got Piggy, who was going by her actual Chinese name, which sounds a little less
By
dorky.
it's like Bai Zije or something.
Zhu Baiji, I think is how
Zhu
you say it.
Baiji. Yeah.
And then I've got good old Sandy, the big old sand monster guy. I beefed him up a little bit too. He was a little dorky in the actual story, so made him a little bit chunkier.
Zubaji appears in this game as well, but he is a monster you have to fight. So he's basically been tainted.
That's the thing with him, is he could always turn into a big pig monster thing, but chose to remain in like its little form. So like the way, and this was David's idea, David Ramirez, he was like, what if we just made her a hot chick and she could like Hulk out and be a giant monster? And I was like, yeah, let's do that. And who was it, the artist that we got for that? We got an amazing artist for All Above Heaven. I haven't talked to him in a couple of years, but for reasons I won't go into too much detail with, because things, gears turning and all that, I might be talking to that guy in the not too distant future. So that's going to be interesting.
Nice.
We'll see.
Well,
I'm trying to figure out how many pounds a German World War I bomb is, because I'm writing the robot powers right now. So that's how my day is going.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Well, I kickstarted your book, so I definitely can't wait to see it when it releases.
Yeah. Well, I've got I released a bunch of robot stuff this last month because the machine gods were very mad at me for dragging my feet on it, so they destroyed my car. So I got a new car with the blessing of the machine spirits, and I released a bunch of stuff for them. So now I'm working on template or power set 1 of 3 for those guys. There's 3 Great Nations, 3 power sets, and it's equal parts giant cool robot powers and robot style like trench warfare kung fu. So that's what I'm working on now.
Wow. Apparently the destructing cars thing is like catching, because that happened to me in March.
Yeah, no, same month. The machine spirits were very angry in March.
All right, Cassie, you're next.
Well, actually,
Sorry, man.
I got off the phone with my mom this morning, who was having car troubles. So, kinda.
Huh?
Okay, so 10 kilograms.
Don't you put that
10
curse on
kilograms
me.
is 22 pounds. 10 kilograms is 22 pounds, and an average Zeppelin could get, oh my lord, that's a lot of cargo. I'm trying to think of a way to abstract this, because the carpet bombing is kind of unbelievable. Zeppelins were more dangerous than I thought they would be. My son, by the way, is on Discord. He's like my alt tab, and he's mocking Hunter for popping in and out of reality. He keeps getting banished to the Phantom Zone. He's some kind of death duel in Yu-Gi-Oh! We don't know the details, but apparently Exodia is involved. I don't know anything about card games.
My
DJ.
crush.
Oh, here he comes again.
Back from the Shadow Realm, eh, Hunter?
My grandfather's deck has no useless cards, Kaiba.
Believing in the heart of the cards, are we? Revealing how much I actually do know about card games inadvertently.
You said something.
It's like, I don't know if I said it before on here, but I absolutely hate StreamYard.
I'm sorry, but I mean it's what I use. I mean, I might consider going to something else. When I was on Yang Yan Shao's channel, he had a different setup, and he said it was a lot cheaper, and I'm just kind of like, I may end up going that route, but
yeah, I think it just doesn't like me.
I
I think I'm the problem with it, apparently.
I don't know. I mean, are you on Comcast or what?
No, I live, again, the joke is I live in a van down by the river, so I hotspot.
That's probably why. No landline or no fiber optic.
Living in a van down by the river.
But anyway, let's see. Okay, might as well just go ahead and and do this. All right, you guys ready for some Kyle? Kind of start us off on the stream.
I think my body is ready.
All right. Let's do a little bit of Kyle here. This comes from our friend Kyle, who is a way bigger channel than me. But he's a really cool guy, and I love what he does, and I love his music intros. So they're very good for summing up what's gone on in the last week or so.
Guess what? Rockstar just delayed for a 16% drop in trade. One more year, 26th of May. Better extract some of that woke decay.
Okay. Now I have it that GTA 6 is $2 billion.
Jesus Lord, what?
Yeah.
So we're looking at another 2-hour end credits like we saw with Assassin's Creed Shadows.
Oh, at least a 2-hour end credit scene.
Okay, graphical fidelity was a mistake.
Well, I have said before that, the more realistic our graphics have gotten, the less interesting the games have. So.
Yeah, they just look like something you could just photograph. And like we had perfectly photorealistic graphics in the Sega CD when you think about it. It didn't make for great games.
Very true.
I was quite thinking the other day as I was watching all this the Oblivion remastered playthroughs a lot of people are doing, I just caught myself saying, man, I wish I could play the N64 again.
I've been playing nothing but like Sonic CD and Subnautica lately, so it's not really
a lot of people I know like Subnautica.
Man, I think I'm scared of it, and that's why I enjoy it. I like scary games, and I didn't realize I was terrified of the open ocean until I dove in there and saw like some kind of a horned monstrosity from the depths just swarming up to me. The first time I died in that game, I wish I'd gotten it on stream or something. It was so great because I was like, I'm just going to swim to the giant exploding spaceship. What's the worst that could happen? And I'm swimming and like I take a whole pile of damage. I'm like, what's going on? So I dive under and look, and the last thing I see is the face of a Reaper Leviathan going, "Bah!" And I shrieked like a monkey about to get eaten by a boa constrictor. And it was beautiful, dude. I was addicted from that moment on. That was 5 minutes in. I would not have lasted in this scenario.
There you go. We will also be live reaction streaming the GTA 6 trailer because I haven't seen it yet, and I'm guessing you guys haven't either.
No.
Nope.
So we'll do that tonight.
A lot of video games. So.
Also, really quick before I forget, I wanted to give everybody kind of a Grim update. As you know, Grim was out sick Saturday, which is one of the reasons why we didn't have a show. And he also didn't have a stream on Sunday. And he's, today I was, one of our friends, Simon, put out a video for him on his channel. And I was, I got on the horn with James, and I said, well, dude, what's up, man? He's having some real problems between med adjustments and all kinds of other things going on. So he's also, dealing pretty hard with the depression hitting him pretty hard. So,
yeah,
if y'all have a sympathetic bone out there for my friend Grim, drop him a hey, hope you're feeling better or something, just to let him know that he's loved, because this world sure would be a sadder place without him.
Yeah, no joke. Let's see. Oh, hey, 6,000 divided by 20 is actually easy math. There we go. I was like trying to find an easier version of this in my head, and I'm like, oh wait, no, I can just smooth these numbers out. Yeah, no. You really feel the absence when Jim's not there. That guy brings a real light to anything he's in. So
he does.
Yeah, get well soon, Jim. We're all pulling for you, man.
Hey, he's like I said,
I was just gonna say, I actually enjoy the conversations I've had with him on these streams when it's not getting like politically charged or anything like that. He's actually a good dude to talk to.
Oh yeah, he is. He's a wealth of knowledge. He is a wealth of political knowledge too. But I don't do politics on my channel so much. I mean, yes, I do mention them when they do intersect with gaming, such as some things that Ironcaster went over on his channel yesterday about the tariffs and how they're going to affect anime. But we'll get that. We'll get that.
I mean, to be fair, it's relevant to some of our passions, and it's
one
of those matters where, you may not want to talk about politics, but politics sure wants to involve you.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. And
There's no
I guess,
being left alone. So
and I guess technically, maybe I have been talking about politics for a while now. Every time I talk about how DEI and everything has been ruining our games and the touchy-feeliness of all the new products out there and why it's unnecessary and why in the hell that Wizards of the Coast seems to fetishize, well, not just them, but just like in general, every game company out there seems to fetishize vitiligo.
yeah, there's a lot of vitiligo in media now. I've been noticing that recently, and it's like I've met like one person in real life with vitiligo, and I met a lot of people. Like it's really, really rare.
I've met like 3 or 4, and I'm 50. So
Yeah,
The only
couple of years
person
on
that,
me, old boy.
the only person I think I've actually ever seen that had a vitiligo was the rapper singer Chris Calico, who does a lot of stuff with Tech Nine.
I'll see. Yeah, there you go.
That's an appropriately named guy right there.
Yeah, kind of. But it's not a really common thing, and yet in fantasy worlds, it apparently is super duper common and completely incurable.
Common whenever like you're like interbreeding with elves and things like that. Maybe like elves and humans, like they have a weird mix. It's like half elves all have vitiligo.
Yeah, having sex with the orcs, and you end up with like half green pigment and half white or something. I don't know.
I like the version of that Order of the Stick did, where it was an orc lady and just like her paladin husband, and they were just super in love. I don't know. I thought that was adorable.
Yeah. Well, let's continue.
13 years in the making's crazy. Take Two Dirty dancing like Swayze. If instead of hetero they woke to plying, it's just the rain, man, I'm not crying. 5-year-old console, you pay more. Gotta flex that rainbow gamer score. Microsoft CEO sat you down, said AI is more effective than Brown.
Okay. This is something I want to chomp on right now, because this
cool
really
outfit.
this pissed me off. So Microsoft has raised the price on all of their Xbox stuff. And just to give you an idea of what the stats look like, I'll tell you what, I will.
They are doing indie game publishers a huge favor by making themselves irrelevant.
Oh, I know.
It's been such a flower. Like every time I go to Steam, there's like 1,000 new games I can't wait to play. It's so beautiful.
Yeah, that's the thing. And they're not from AAA or quadruple A studios. They're from little studios. They're not so expensive, and they look great.
I know.
Yeah.
So many good ones.
Here we go. This is from IGN, and yeah. These are the expected prices on various Xbox consoles and accessories in the US. The Series S 512, $379, up from $299. The S 1 terabyte, $429 to $349. Now, I don't know what the difference is between a 512 and a 1 terabyte is, other than the size of the disk on board. But I'm going to tell you guys, I just bought a 1 terabyte SSD for $56. And it's just a little chunk of plastic, man. Mm-hmm. It's just a little chunk of plastic. It was almost like a credit card. So I don't know what the extra, $100 is for. I mean, I guess it's like an installation fee or something. I don't know. But the Xbox Series X gone up 100. Xbox 2 terabyte Galaxy Special Edition, $729, up from $599. I'm telling you, man, it's like you're paying $100 a terabyte.
And so much for me playing the Skyrim. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Just the crazy thing is they keep raising the price on all these things as though there aren't other options out there, as though, PC gaming isn't out here. I mean, hell, Steam is your best friend at this point, because at this point, I'm getting to a point where I don't buy a game unless it's 65% off on a steep discount.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, like $20 is like an upward boundary of how much I'm really willing to spend on a game, unless I'm absolutely obsessed with it. So yeah, I'll just wait for a Steam sale 9 times out of 10.
Yeah, and the controllers apparently are going up too, because your core controllers are $64.99, $69.99, an extra $5 for color. Isn't that odd? I think I'll just stick with black. I'm good with that.
Mhm.
The special edition ones, $79.99. The limited edition ones, $89.99. And there's the Series 2 core, $149.
I remember a time when the console actually came with like at least 2 controllers, because I remember
Yes.
when I upgraded from the N64 to the original black and green Xbox, and I bought that thing brand new. Came with I forgot what game I got that when I first played it. I think it was like Crash Bandicoot Nitro Kart or some shit like that. And it came, but that sucker came with 2 wired controllers for the console.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yeah.
Hey, you remember
and
when
this is
you remember when these video game consoles got cheaper as the generation went on?
yeah,
Okay,
well,
yeah, they're just cranking up and up and up.
they're just
now.
cranking the money up
Well,
now.
they keep losing money. Like $2 billion for a game that is absolutely destined to flop. Like, guys, how long do you think you're going to be able to do this for?
Well, I mean,
But
I don't know. Like, all things considered, I hate to say it, but GTA 6 might be like the one game that could get away with it, because they're basically going to be able to put that thing on life support and run the shark cards for the next probably 15 years.
it's true.
That's the hope I'm sure that they have. But like, how desperate for entertainment do you have to be that you're like, I'll just keep paying for this game forever? Nah, dude.
I mean, GTA 5's online service is still going, so people are still playing it. And that game is what, like 13 years old, 14 years old?
I swear the inertia of some people. I could not be me, dude. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I have no respect for someone if like, because like the return on fun investment diminishes every time you log on, right? Like, dude, just take up knitting or something. Learn the guitar. Do anything else with your life.
Well,
Yeah,
and this is what gets me right here. This is the one that really bombed me right here. An Elite Wireless Controller Series 2 full, $200. We now are buying controllers that cost as much as systems used to.
I'm gonna have to put this credit. I'm gonna have to put this credit card on the. I'm gonna have to put this controller on the credit card and pay it off over the next 3 months.
Yeah, I gotta pay off my controller in installments. Jeez, Lord.
I remember the first time I got a wireless controller. I thought it was like the best piece of technology I ever came across. A wireless Xbox controller, and that thing was like maybe $30 or $40.
And and the AAA game prices are jumping from $60 to $70, with up to $80 for the Switch 2 exclusives like Mario Kart World. See, this is what I believe. I think Nintendo took that first step because Nintendo is greedy as hell, as always. And Xbox saw what Nintendo was doing and said, well, we can do it too.
We're as popular as Nintendo. Oh, guys, I'm sorry. You're really not.
You're really not.
Xbox does what Nintendo does.
Wow.
PC gaming uber alles. Yes.
Honestly, if you're gonna make any one purchase at this price scale, make it a Steam Deck.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Like
thing's
they
amazing.
keep making themselves irrelevant when you can just grab a Steam Deck and play like basically everything forever. I'm so.
If you're feeling retro, get one of these.
Hell yeah.
Can I get Skyrim Anniversary Edition on the Steam Deck? Because that's literally the only video game I care about at this point in time.
You can. You absolutely can, and it'll play it just fine.
All right, I need to look that up then and possibly start looking to invest in a Steam Deck then. It's been a long time since I ever had anything handheld.
The Steam Decks are anywhere from like, I think, what, $500 to $700?
Oh, Jesus.
It'll be, well, the cheapest option is $399. The OLEDs are either $550 or $650. Honestly, I would say if you really don't care about the OLED, go ahead and get the $400 one. You can always just pop it open and swap out the hard drive.
I remember elementary school bus trips having my Game Boy Advance with the light attachment to it, trying to play on it in the night as we were coming back home.
Yeah, good times, man.
Plus,
Box guns now less diverse.
Oh, that's a nice spot to stop it there. Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, plus the ability to mod this out and throw all the emulators on there. And, hey, plus if you really care about achievements, there's websites like Retro Achievements, so you can go play through Pokemon and, do all that. It's actually a great world out here. But,
it is.
Oh, here's the bitch, Emma Frost.
Yep.
Developers balls in they them purse. EA axes near 300. Polygon Inferno Melt Journos.
Yeah. Titanfall 3 apparently got canceled, and a lot of people are saying, guess what? You're lucky that it happened. And yes, this is actually a statue in Oblivion. The new Oblivion versus the old Oblivion. So apparently somebody thought it was too risque to have her like this, so they put clothing on they them.
Change, the more they stay the same. I remember whenever it was like hyper conservative people doing this kind of stuff to video games, and now it's like hyper liberal people doing exactly the same thing their parents did.
Dude, the very first game that ever came out that was in the Elder Scrolls series was Arena, and I remember when I got it on PC way back in the day, the very first thing I did was, I was putting armor on the character, and I noticed the girls were completely nude with boobies. And I thought, whoa.
What?
No, did anyone here ever play any of the Leisure Suit Larry games back in the day?
Of course.
Oh, yeah.
Of course.
Oh, everyone today would have a fit if they got their hands on a Leisure Suit Larry game today with how much sexual content's in those.
Yeah, well, I mean, just a general, Larry just being Larry and trying to get laid is, problematic these days, but anyway.
For real.
Cover up statue female scary. Cringe ASMR gay hairy.
Yeet has sounds if you have ears. Ew. Okay.
Yeah, I had no clue how to process this when it came across my timeline. I think it was a couple days ago. I'm just like, what am I looking at?
I mean, people will make ASMR videos out of anything these days. I shit you not. I came across this yesterday. There's an ASMR video out there of a sperm, and this is a woman dressed up as a sperm cell who is consoling you, a fellow sperm, for not being the one to impregnate the egg.
Okay, women need to be banned from the internet. Because I know this was a woman's idea.
It was a woman. It was a female ASMR.
Yes, and women need to be banned from the internet.
Half of my player base would vanish if you did that. Like,
Yeah,
don't ban women.
Don't ban
price I'm
women.
willing to pay.
Just ban some of them.
How dare you pay with my currency?
Besides, I mean, how can you define a woman anymore? We're not qualified.
50% of the audience that plays fist games, women. That's my definition.
I mean, we don't even have we don't even have Fifel out in the audience to tell us what a woman is. So.
Yeah, kudos to the cat's background on that scene right there.
No kidding.
The Queen and Pope both died. Okay, Age of Barat before GTA.
There you go. That's kind of our news from Kyle this week. Oh my gosh. Well, we've talked about it. You want to go ahead and check out that GTA 6 trailer so I can get copyright claimed? Or at least copyright, claimed. I won't get struck, I don't think, but I'll get claimed because they have great music in it, which of course is copyrighted.
All right, I'm as ready as I'm ever gonna get to see what they did to my boy. How they massacred him.
It actually, I mean, it looks pretty good from what I've seen of it, but the real proof is actually getting to play it.
Look, if it's not a top-down like shooter like in the PS1 era, it's just not GTA to me.
I liked 5.
The last one I played was 3.
Never played them.
Now, I mean, I'm not sure if this is a cinematic or if this is actually how good it's going to look, but damn, that looks nice.
What you doing up there?
I'm just fixing some leaks.
Seriously, dude, you got...
I think
it's Master Roshi. 100%. The guy's about to throw a Kamehameha. He's got my shirt, too.
I absolutely recognize who this actor is. This voice actor. It's the same guy who played the the Captain Blobby dude on that space show, and Tom Root, I think is his name.
I was gonna say it's Mr. Miyagi's drunk twin brother.
Doesn't sound like it. It's a nice truck, by the way.
Got some time on your hands. I got some properties with paying tenants.
Oh, that's why you came by?
Just go get me my checks.
See you, Brian. Love you, Jason.
Texture's really good.
Yeah, I mean it looks great. I'm just thinking, what size of video card am I gonna have to get to play this damn thing?
Copyright.
Yeah. Everybody, copyright tonight.
Your spotter, bro.
Yep. He's too cool to have that. This is probably the song that's going to get me copyright claim right there.
Lucia Caminos. She's supposed to be getting out.
What's your name?
Jason Duval.
I seen you here before.
You might have. Hey.
Hey.
She kind of doesn't look real, which is odd.
That's
And, oh, yeah.
Hands above your head, now!
You, stay.
Nice.
You breaking news, isn't it?
How much you want to bet they kill her?
See, this place is just the start for us. Ring the bells!
Yeah, her face is really big.
The only thing that matters is who you know and what you got.
Jiggle physics.
Gonna do this? We're doing it right.
Yo, D,
This song sucks.
They got your name, address, they got everything.
Oh my God! Is that Steven Seagal? It looked like that's Steven Seagal. Steven Seagal, lawman.
It's like
Shit.
I don't want to.
Your comment earlier.
Continues to be a cop.
Okay, Joel, you need to stat up Steven Seagal as he imagines himself for Lone
Oh my
Wolf Fist.
God, he would be the
Yeah.
Lord of the Wastes.
Exactly. Just do it. Just
My
do it.
divine teachings are too much for this world. Yeah. Oh my God, I'm gonna have to.
And I was gonna
Yes.
to your comment earlier, T-shirt. I bet you they killed the guy first before the girl.
You think so? Oh yeah, that's true. This is modern. Triple.
Made for
quadruple A
modern
gaming.
audience.
Yeah, rated for modern audiences. Yeah, they probably killed the dude horribly, and then the chick is the one you play through the rest of the game. That's why she looks so fake in the face.
But then Steven Seagal gets to come and be the secret protagonist.
Like he's the actual protagonist. The other ones are
mean-
just a lure to get us in the game.
And
You
then-
know what? I would
then we get-
100% buy it at that point. I don't care how much it all costs. I'd buy the whole
And then we get
thing
the
just so I could
DLC
be
where we
Steven
gotta fly to
Seagal
Russia.
punching people in Florida. It's yes.
He reprises his role as the cock puncher.
I'm a
cock
strike at the root of a
puncher.
man's power.
Have you never seen that, Hunter?
Oh, it's amazing.
No, I don't think I've seen a lot of anything with Steven Seagal in it that I'm aware of.
Well, just it's
The
an in
It's
joke
like
in
a
the Onion
10
movie.
Second click. Yeah, look it up on YouTube. I wouldn't recommend the movie, but man, that'll live in my brain. I'll be cackling at that on my deathbed. I'm just gonna be like, cock puncher.
I mean, there's two things that never fail to make me laugh, and that is fart jokes and people getting punched in the nuts.
And Steven Seagal has a very vast supply of both for you. Then
Indeed.
We gotta protect each other.
We gotta protect each other. Ooh, nice.
You and me, Lou.
Oh, okay. Yeah, she can do that. Okay. Ooh. This actually is kind of cool, though. This is all just like the cinematics, man. It's not the actual game so far. Oh,
I mean, it's pretty good.
ammunition!
Here we go.
I mean, it's doing a good job of kind of selling you on the idea of GTA.
It is. I mean, I'll give it props, man. It sure looks like a GTA game.
Honestly,
was just putting the controller there, huh?
There's been a few scenes in this trailer where I'm like, oh, I recognize that scene. That was kind of like from this movie or from that movie. It feels like they're taking a bunch of different like popular action thrillers from like
That's common.
I think. Yeah, and they're just throwing them all in this trailer for that get that feel because I'm like the truck with the safe behind it, Fast and Furious.
Dude, everything is a steal from everything else these days. I mean, it's like what was it the other day? They had they had that new shitty Star Wars show on, Andor, complete with great. Where apparently
not to mention the fact that you also have all of the Florida Man stories they can just pull from headlines.
Oh, no kidding. But no, I was thinking about Andor in particular because they had a scene where it was just pretty much a side by side absolute comparison, 1-for-1, from a scene from Rebel Moon. Which, if you're having to steal from Zack Snyder, man, you hit a new low.
Yeah, that's bad.
Got more guns than a law allows.
Hey.
Make this look so much fun. I mean, I want to play this.
Average Florida experience.
You better be able to drive that car out of that.
Hey, if you got friends, can you hook me up, please?
We're talking over the game so that we don't get copyright claim. Well, there we go.
This is transformative content, YouTube. This is better than this.
Yes.
Okay, actually,
YouTube, please
like
do not claim us. Yes, please don't claim us. Please don't claim us. We're just showing off the product. This is a good thing for Rockstar. Rockstar, you guys leave us alone.
Well, don't forget the fact this is going to be the most reacted to video trailer of like the month.
Yeah, it is. They're already doing it. They're already reacting to it. So then this was our reaction to it, which, I mean, it looks great, but
let's face it.
How much of that is gameplay, though, right?
Exactly.
Marvel could drop a trailer for the new Avengers movie. It wouldn't get the kind of views that a GTA trailer is going to get because there's just far more hype to it. There has been longer since the last GTA game.
Well, and also we have to be clear on this too. Is like the gaming industry is a $1 billion industry, and movies are not anymore. I mean, they may spend a few $1 billion, but not too many of them make it back.
Yeah, not lately.
The last metric I had heard was Hollywood makes about $1 billion. Video games make $3 billion.
Mm-hmm. Are you surprised?
They're still so ashamed of video games. You jump into a video game movie, they're like, "Oh, this is so stupid," right, fellow non-video game players? And it's like, nah, fam, nah. Yeah. Mario just schooled all of you. Sorry.
And then cue the image of the kids going crazy at the chicken jockey scene in Minecraft.
Yeah, chicken jockey had true cultural catch-up. That is the Star Wars for this generation, dude. Think about that for a second.
Oh
yeah.
Sorry,
I know. I remember the very first time I watched Rocky Horror Picture Show, and I was in the car with my dad, and he was telling me all about how, like, when he would watch in theaters, all the props people would bring for that movie back in the day.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, actually, I thought of that too. I was like, this reminds me of the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Let's do a time warp. Nope.
Let's do a chicken jockey. Yeah, that's. Oh my god, we're gonna deal with that for a long time.
There you go. Well, let's see what else we got going. Okay, so I gotta talk about this week's episode of The Last of Us on HBO.
Oh, the one where they decided to destroy the franchise for the second time.
I
bet this will go over well. It was such a hit the first time. Yeah.
I'm telling you, man, it's like the tone of this series is all over the place, and I honestly think they're not going to get to the big revenge scene with Ellie and Abby at the end of the season. They're probably saving that for third season.
If they did, and they actually just had her kill her, just like she just takes the revenge. You're like, oh, thank God, we at least undid one of the wrongs.
They won't do that. They won't do that. In fact, if anything, it'll be worse.
Oh God, it will be.
It will be, because for one thing, we're expected to believe that this.
Oh yeah. You got to show the images. The visuals are everything with this.
This is Dina in the show. Just think about that for a minute. This.
She reminds me of Topanga from Boy Meets World.
And okay, so I don't know all that much about the entire of The Last of Us, but Dina was the love interest for Allie in the second game, right?
Yes, she was.
Or Ellie. I forget her name. Was it Ellie?
Ellie.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And she's supposed to be attracted to this.
What is up with her face?
Kill it with fire.
It's like she got the same genetics that like Charlie Kirk has, where the face is just too small for the head.
Yeah.
She's one beard away from being a Clark.
I mean,
it looks like if Charlie Sheen de-aged himself and then transitioned.
Well, it's also like the hairstyle's never good either. But I mean, you know,
she looks like the younger sister in Hereditary who got her head torn off by the phone pole.
I gotta watch that.
See,
I gotta watch that.
I'm gonna throw such shade on this woman. Her ancestors are gonna feel it. That teaches you to marry your cousin, you jerks.
Everybody is throwing shade on this. And don't get me wrong. I think she's a good actress. I really do. Although she only seems to have like 4 expressions, and she only seems to be able to emote one type of character, which is kind of like bitchy or bratty, which seems to be her default. Yeah. So pictured on the left is the Ellie from the game.
It looks like someone took that picture and AI upscaled it to be the one on the left, right?
No. Did you get the one where it was the still screenshot of the Last of Us face next to the Snow White face?
No. But I do have something just as much fun for you. I'll let me get that. Just give me a moment. So, okay, the tonal shift of this particular episode is all over the place because we have to remember that 2 episodes ago, Dina, well, she was knocked unconscious, so she didn't see it, but she certainly was there for most of the horror of it. But Ellie got to see Joel get killed.
Poor
right?
man. Mm-hmm. And even with that name is my immediate sympathy. I know what it's like, brother.
Yeah, and I mean, this. We're supposed to think that she has a lot of sympathy and care and all this other stuff for Joel, and yet it's kind of like you've been nothing but a complete cunt to him the entire show. Like when you were a cute little girl in the first season, you were great because everybody thought you were very believable and everybody liked you. And you were a great foil for Joel, this great big tough bearded guy who had lost his own daughter, and you were basically the implement of rebuilding his heart to the point where he's willing to murder people for you.
As you do.
And then second season is just kind of like, can we be a bigger asshole to the guy who basically put his life on the line for you? And it's not like it just happened yesterday because about 5 years have supposed to have passed between the first season and the second season. So it's kind of like she's had plenty of time to get over it. And she's still mad at him?
This is this, and like, why would you even be mad at him? There's a lot of evidence. They had no idea what they were doing, and they were just going to kill this poor girl to no benefit to anyone. So it's like, okay, well, they put in that situation. What would you do? I'd shoot a bunch of scientists too. Take that, eggheads. But like, even if they were going to save the world, like maybe that's just not the morality that Joel has. I kind of share that. It's just, is that worth the sacrifice of innocent life? Well, is it? I don't know. People have morality concerning it. So I just don't think it's morally illegitimate. This is like the second audience this has been exposed to, right? Because people that played the first one loved it, hated the second game because the writing is so stupid and out of character. And now we're doing the same thing again. And everybody hates it again. And it's like, well, you can't blame the gamers this time. You just recognize that you wrote a really crappy sequel, dude.
Yeah, and they've got your Last of Us diehards who are still out there, proclaiming it's great and all this other stuff. And I'm kind of like, here's some key things that I'm noticing in season 2, and that is the infected don't really seem to be
an issue.
Yeah, it's like every other zombie show now. It's like, the zombies aren't really a problem because we can parade an entire group of people with tanks and marching folks and everything down a city street, and the cordyceps zombies don't come running to try to kill anybody. And when you do see the cordyceps zombies, they're not usually that huge of a threat. And there's not that very many scenes with them. I mean, yes, there are some, but it doesn't seem like it's as much of a present threat as it was in the first season.
I mean,
because this time, now it's more all about people.
Yeah, their numbers don't really increase, right? Like they can't procreate.
Well, they do actually, because they just infect. Yeah, they infect people.
Well, they infect other people, but I mean, like, you know, the human population shrank enormously after the initial infections. You had enormous amounts of zombies and a small amount of survivors. The survivors learned to manage so that they wouldn't make more. So there were no reinforcements for 5 solid years of a pretty one-sided war. You know, do they need to eat? Do they rot? Do they die? Like, they're not going to stay fresh the whole time. Like, even if they're just getting picked off by things like weather and falling in holes and random animal attacks, like, they're going to dwindle enormously. Like, if after 5 years, there's going to be barely any left. So it makes sense that they're not a huge threat, right? But doesn't that mean that we should be making a show that has nothing to do with them? Like, maybe we could explore the moral ramifications of, like, hey, you didn't need to kill, you know, Ellie. Like, the problem eventually solved itself. What now? You know, that would have been a really interesting question to ask. But they didn't, because they aren't smart and don't care. It's more about incompetence and less about having a strategic understanding of what would realistically happen in the scenario.
Virtue signaling and politics.
Right. It's all interpersonal virtue signaling stuff they learned in college. There's no actual thought. There's no creativity. It's so frustrating.
Well,
we should make some LGBTQ stuff in a zombie apocalypse. That would be great.
I put LGBTQ stuff in my Fist apocalypse, but I'm awesome and it was fun and cool.
Yeah.
Like, you can do that. You don't have to make it all miserable. They make it so that it's like the most unsatisfying, emotionally vacant, mentally vacuous garbage. And they're like, why don't people like this? They must be racists. I don't like it because I have a brain and taste.
What were you saying, Caster?
There's a sort of bigger issue with, well, The Last of Us 2 and the story they're wanting to tell here. There's this innate selfishness with the character of Ellie, where we're having this immunity. There's a obligation to the human race to see about reproducing, to survive. And it's like, I'm sorry, kiddo, but you kind of do have to, you know, provide for the next generation. Exactly. You're going to have to, you know, tolerate some boys and the more
take a few for the team.
Exactly.
I mean,
I get not like, don't, you know, not taking her brain apart to go for that, but, you know, surely that can be passed on with a kid.
And I mean, you know, just, you know, you could always console yourself with the fact that, you know, as bad as she feels about it, you know, the poor guy who has to do her probably feels just as bad because, you know, you have to look at her. But
yeah, again, that would have been a fascinating thing to explore, right? Like, turns out the kid's gay and she has the genes that are necessary for the next generation. That's kind of an interesting situation to put her in, right? Right.
Yeah.
I mean, like, it's not comfortable, right? You actually have to like think about it, like, because you're then putting her in the same like seat that Joel got put in, and Joel made the "you get to be gay" decision, right? He did the selfish decision, the individualist decision, and I can't say that she's wrong for doing what her father did, right? If she's like, no, I'm gay, the next generation, they have to sort this shit out. Sorry. Like, it's not up to the rest of the world doesn't get a say in what I do with my life. That's the decision Joel made, and I support that decision. So I'd support Ellie too, and like that would be an interesting, bold way to carry the torch into another fascinating moral dilemma, and they just don't.
Nope.
You know, they just don't care. They don't care about interesting things. They don't care about hard questions. They don't understand the moral dimension of the question that they set up. They made their decision, and they're just assuming that everyone goes along with it. And they're like, "Oh, Joel was definitely wrong." I disagree.
Well, okay. This is what the deal is, man. It's like they think they have the audience figured out, and so they're just
so don't. This is what happens whenever midwits get in charge and they think they're intelligent. God, no.
and they are basically providing all of the lowest hanging fruit possible so that it's the most easily accessible by everyone out there without complicated social themes or anything else. See, this is kind of like I always bring this up to the point where it almost needs to be a drinking game of its own. But you had Westworld Season 1, which was a masterpiece of storytelling that kept you watching it every single week and coming up with all kinds of theories and everything else. And even after the first season ended, you still went back and you kept examining everything to see where all the pieces plugged in and how they worked and what was exactly going on. but then the writing basically took a shit all through second season, and then it took a shit and then lit it on fire for the third season. Then it took a shit, lit it on fire, and then flung it into your soup in the fourth season. So, yeah.
And then the pesky, mean old orange man had to go and get elected, and Hollywood decided to poop its Pampers.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
and light it
and
on
now
fire.
he's going to be the next pope.
Yeah. But anyway, getting along back to what I was saying about the actual episode. There's been a tonal shift in the whole thing because you've got Ellie and Dina, who are basically teenagers who don't know shit about anything, going out on their own to go take down the WLF, which is a huge resistance force with tanks and troops and training and all this other shit. But they're going to go do this by themselves on their horses. And not only that, but they're sitting there quipping and joking and having a great time and all this stuff. And I'm just kind of like, didn't we just see Joel get killed like a couple episodes? Shouldn't you be like a little bit introspective and sad and maybe think about what a shithead? What?
You don't understand. They have the power of they're gay.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yes.
Okay.
The power of gay.
Well, see, they don't even get to that till close to the end of the episode because, they get into some scrapes and stuff like that. You know, I don't want to spoil everything for everybody, but they finally get to a scene where, Dina admits that she's pregnant to Ellie. Yeah.
I saw that scene on X, and I'm just like, I am super thankful I do not watch or have not watched any like TV shows in like the last like 10 years. Like I just started watching Firefly for the first time over the weekend.
And
so,
everybody slept on Firefly, dude. That's why it only lasted like part of a season.
That's right. Well,
it's great. I love it.
It's one of the best
show
things we did not deserve. We weren't ready for it.
I cannot show scenes from the show because they will definitely copyright claim me. They copyright claim The Critical Drinker of all people.
I saw that.
God.
Yeah, and now that video has been put back up, by the way, so it is watchable. But we have a scene that transpires, and now here's what you have to think about first.
What is wrong
these are
with
two
her hand?
These
Like
are two
toddler's hand. That's just horrible.
Well, these are two women who have been traveling cross country, and there's no running water or anything else. I mean, maybe they have some sanitary wipes and stuff, possibly, but they've also been crawling around in a subway tunnel, fleeing from monsters, and then holed up in a dirty shack.
That puts me in the mood. I don't know about you.
Yeah, and then
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh,
how unfortunate.
Yeah. And I'm just thinking,
how do they make two women together disgusting?
I mean,
tragic.
Because all I'm thinking of when I see this scene is
how clean their clothes are, considering everything you just described. They're like flawless. They're spotless. I can't even get through a whole shift at work without my shirt getting all stained. Like, in a zombie apocalypse, they have absolutely spotless, dry cleaned clothes.
Yeah, it's amazing.
And they're in her t-shirt.
Yeah, and they're the girl on the bottom, her hair is really well made up, and even Ellie's hair doesn't look too bad. I mean, if I let my hair go longer than 1 or 2 days without washing it, it gets like super duper grease ball. But anyway, they just been through all that, and she's sticking her fingers in there, and I'm just thinking like, wow, you're gonna get a yeast infection.
She licked them off first.
Oh,
she wants to get a taste of her cordyceps.
That's the other part of it too. Is just kind of like, I'm thinking. Anyway, here to talk about fungus.
The show that is like strategically designed to appeal to no one. It's designed as a virtue signal, so because it doesn't appeal to anyone. But there's a lot of people that like will look at this and be like, "Oh, I bet people that loved Last of Us would hate this. I'm going to pretend to like it." Like that's. I've never seen anything like it. It's so. This whole generation is so cooked, man.
And then. Yeah, there's the whole pregnancy thing,
Did they elaborate on how that is like a polycule situation or like?
No.
It's basically something like that, from what I gathered when I saw the clip.
No, it's not. Okay, so what it is Dina had a boyfriend, and of course they did the nasty, and then she broke up with her boyfriend and admits to Ellie that she's actually gay and always has been, and she's always been forced to be with men because, her mom kept telling her, you're not actually gay. You like men and all this. So, yeah, there was that beforehand.
This does bring up a question, and I had to quickly Google this. Pregnancy tests do expire.
Yeah, yep. I know. Well, apparently, that was kind of something that was brought up too. So apparently she peed on like 5 or 6 of them right there. So, and then she held on to them, which I just can't help but thinking, I'm like, Ellie, you're holding a stick with urine all over it.
Yeah, her thumb's right on where you pee.
Yeah.
Now, modern audiences, ladies and gentlemen.
You saw where she just stuck her fingers after all that. That's clearly not.
I guess that's a good point.
I mean, I guess not.
I just want to see. There's should be one more panel with her just going like,
Joel, Joel.
And just to be clear, it's like, it's not like I haven't, had my fingers on a girl before, but usually I washed my hands first or took a shower or something. I didn't just, go in there, fingers all, dirty and stuff and covered with God knows what from fixing cars or whatever. So, much less, crawling through the cordyceps-infested fungal wasteland.
Yeah.
I might add.
Yeah.
But yeah, she has this really happy scene of, we're having a baby. And she's all of a sudden, she's like, I'm going to be a dad. And I'm just kind of like, no, you're not going to be you're not going to be a dad because Jesse's the dad. You're
I
like
don't
the
think that word
stepdad.
means what you think it means.
But yeah, it's just.
Yeah, there's definitely a big difference about getting it on in between, like, say, Walking Dead and then The Last of Us. Big difference.
Yeah, I mean, at least
Game of Thrones.
Well, no, they're not even Game of Thrones because that's the problem. It's pretty clear from second season that certain characters have massive amounts of plot armor. Just like it was with Game of Thrones after a while, because what kept you interested the first 4, possibly 5, 4 seasons was that nobody had plot armor. You never knew who was going to die, and then all of a sudden, everybody started having so much plot armor. It was just like, are you fucking serious?
Contracts got renewed. J.R.R. Martin's epic laziness began to catch up with him finally.
And I also found this meme I thought was kind of funny. I'm not going to actually say what it says on there. You guys can enjoy it and just read and quietly to yourselves and laugh at it.
Literate.
Yeah, you're all literate. All I can say is phrasing.
I saw that.
Wow.
There you go. There you go.
That is not a good look, fam.
Nope. No, it's not. That's
They're
that's
not.
terrible.
Disney's not known for their good looks. We know this by now.
Yeah, we
How
do.
could they have failed at literally everything for the last decade and still be in business? I'm stunned. This is going to be studied in business colleges for centuries, dude.
Yeah. I mean, they're just going to look at these companies and just go, how did this happen? How you can avoid it?
Well, they did. So many companies have done that where they have looked at 99% of the people that give them money, keep them in business, and they've just been like, we hate literally all of you and everything you stand for. And it's like, how... That's a bold move, Cotton. Let's see how that pays off for him.
Mm-hmm.
Nope. No.
What is this?
Juice? The hell is
It's the
Juice's
X-Men.
power?
No, it's not.
Come on. It's
Actually-
it even says it. It even uses the X-Men logo.
Let me rephrase that. No, the fuck it's not.
Well, I mean, come on there. You got like a body positivity guy there. You've got a semi-androgynous woman there. You've got an ethnic woman here, and you've got an unknown whatever in the back. And two unknown whatevers in the back, and then you got this guy up front who I guess
I do
he's
like Constellation's hair. He's pretty cool.
May the
he's what,
Schwartz be
Jewish?
with you.
May the Schwartz be with you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Spaceballs, the X-Men team. Yeah.
I mean, this is like the X-Men.
I feel like if you were DC and you were gonna mock the X-Men and do like the N-Men or something like that, these would be the character designs you'd go with, right?
This would be the X-Men that the people who made Deadpool would be able to get on their show without having to pay a fortune for.
This is like what
Also-
Mad Magazine would do if they were gonna do a take on the X-Men. Like Juice, really?
Yeah.
What's your power, Juice? Is it being delicious?
I guess. I mean, all I can
I've
say
got all
is
your vitamins for breakfast.
this is
Man.
this is what happens when you buy your X-Men team from Temu.
Oh no!
Juice just breaks through the wall. Oh yeah!
That's what he does. He's the doorman. Oh yeah!
I mean,
that's beautiful.
You know that's to be the very first joke they put in that book too.
It will. It will, because they can't think of it. Well, okay, we've had a bunch of negativity. We're at the 1 hour mark. Let's do something positive.
For a change.
I have something positive for you. You ready? You'll like this, I promise. Well, maybe you will.
Ironcaster's expression of doubt there.
No. I get
feeling. Why do I get the feeling that the enjoyment's gonna be on your part and it's gonna be us suffering?
Well, there's always that possibility, but
Oh,
so for those of y'all who don't know, this is Campfire Cooking in Another World with My Absurd Skill Season 2.
Yeah.
That's season 2.
Yeah.
次も何が食えるのか楽しみだ。
This is probably what I'm going to get claimed for right here.
まずはネットスーパーを開いて。それじゃあ始めるとす
I
るか。
can't tell you how much I love this show. And look, now they have another cute animal join them.
そのピクシードラゴン。
It's a pixie
お主の
dragon.
10魔になっておるぞ。
I really dig the giant wolf boys.
これめちゃくちゃうまいな。お前についていけばもっと食えるってことだろ。
Yeah.
Japan's never gotten more comprehensible. Like, ever since I've been watching Japanese cartoons for like the last 35 years, they've always been exactly this baffling.
おなし。しばらく
This is giving me major Monster Rancher vibes.
Yeah.
But it really has nothing to do with that.
I know. It's just the wolf and then all the little creatures. That's just what it feels like.
The wolf is a very Monster Rancher wolf, I'll give you that.
He's a super duper powerful creature.
はいはい。異世界も悪くないな。とんでもスキルで異世界放浪
It doesn't look bad overall. I mean, I'd watch it probably.
開始。
Yep.
Oh yeah, I would
And-
binge this hardcore.
Oh, you absolutely should. You should get up on Crunchyroll now, and you should binge it as soon as the show goes off the air. But it is going to be in
Get up on
October.
Crunchyroll.
I know. It's on Crunchyroll. I don't like Crunchyroll either, but we suffer for what we love sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, they are still delivering
Well-
pretty good product. So
Yeah.
While you wait for that, you should go ahead and also watch "'Tis Time for Torture Princess."
I have been watching it.
It's good, isn't it?
It is funny. Oh my god, there are some of the. Okay, I've never wanted Xiaolong Bao more than ever, but I have seen it on this show, especially now that I know how to eat it. But we don't have any good Chinese restaurants that have that around here, so
Doesn't it make you?
I shall have to suffer. I mean, it's torture living here and not being able to have access to the stuff that they had in that show. So, I did think the wolf paw pads episode was hilarious, though, especially when they started smelling them, and I'm just kind of like, he smells like corn chips when.
All right, so Joel, to give you context, "'Tis Time for Torture Princess" is an anime about a night princess who's been captured by demons and is being tortured for information.
And she's a badass knight princess with a magic sword and everything. So she's a badass, a legit one.
The tortures are, we're going to eat delicious grilled cheese in front of you. And of course, she's going to keep caving to it rather quickly because the food looks as delicious as possible.
It does.
And then everything she winds up giving them detail wise, one's being absolutely useless.
Yeah. Yeah. All I can say is, yeah, if you're a foodie or you enjoy food porn, then this is the show you definitely have to watch because it's that good.
I am a fat guy. I do love food.
There you
I
go.
was not expecting food porn to be uttered. That
Yes,
was the real guard.
Well, there's nothing that I can't call it anything else because it's really what it is. I mean, they sit there showing you these. I mean, they make toast look good. I never get excited about toast.
And now you're getting too excited.
Yes. That's the very first episode is they put toast in front of her and it's like this beautiful golden color and I mean I'm just like, oh my God, that's like the toast
Japanese toast.
Yeah, it's like, if you died and went to heaven, that's the toast they would stick in front of you. Anyway, like I said, good things. We had some good things, I think I'm gonna play GTA 6 when it comes out. What? What, you got something?
We need to see just how delicious this toast is.
Oh my God. He does.
I got
That's the toast.
Holy God.
See?
No, you're right. That's like
that toast is thick.
Yeah, dude, that's like Rule 34 toast.
That's Texas toast.
Like if toast had
Rule 34 toast. Oh wow!
You ever had a nice golden brown piece of toast that you just wanted to stick your wang in?
Well, now
Pepper Ridge Farm remembers.
I'm gonna this toast. The sparkles, like the glamour sparkles, like really?
Yes, yeah. The Xiaolong ball is really good too. Yeah, but yeah, this is a fun show.
It's like half of an idea, and they're gonna build that for 130 seasons, aren't they?
Season 2
is going to be the one piece of food porn.
I mean, yeah, season 2 is confirmed, so it's got legs. There's a lot of other shows that have season 2s supposedly in the works.
And toast.
Speaking of which, I need to. What the hell is happening with redo of Healer season 2? Are they just too scared to do it, or what? I wonder, but I want to see a season 2. I really enjoyed season 1, and I probably shouldn't have enjoyed it as much as I did, but there's something satisfying about revenge. But anyway. All right, gents. Well, we had a good Tuesday stream, I think. Y'all ready to close it down and get on with your night?
Yeah, right to do.
Toast.
All right, guys.
A word to the wise, to the listeners. Don't make your wisdom a 4. Otherwise, you'll do what I did and get a -1 saving roll.
And please don't ever put your thing in toast, even if it does look this good and thick.
Oh, come on, man. Just once.
Yeah.
That's what my wisdom force that would make me do.
Sorry, man. Failed that save and throw. I've now been seduced by toast.
You're like,
right,
well,
good.
no one ever told me I shouldn't stick my dick in it.
All right, guys. Well, good night, everybody out there in YouTube land. We will see you on Saturday when this time we have the Chubby Funster on. I hope Grim will be on with us on Saturday, but if not, hopefully we can get a lot of other erudite TTRPG guys like perhaps Joel and Yen Yang Shao and.
I'd love to see Yin Yang Shao. That was only there like one time.
Ultra American TTRPG. Yeah, we'll get a lot of guys on there. And just to whet your appetite for future episodes, you guys better lock this in now. Because May 17th, Mark Reinhagen is coming back.
Yeah, boyo.
That's right. So the man behind the original Vampire the Masquerade game is going to come back, and he's going to talk to us about his new game, Fang Night.
Oh.
That's
I don't
right.
think he'd like me if I came on that one, because I'd be like, why such a useless lore?
Oh, that wasn't on him, though. He made the good stuff.
And then T-shirt Geek Hunter.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
if you come on, you're definitely going to have to, save the vampire questions for behind the scenes or very low key about it, because that's still a sore subject with him.
I
But,
say all
um,
this in
Or if
jest,
I
of course.
redefined gaming and then they just had it all stolen from me, I'd be pretty upset
Yeah.
about that too.
Yeah, I mean, if you took time to build a company and everything was pretty much robbed out from under you, kind of like what happened to Gygax as well.
It is,
yeah,
there was a lot.
That
of
was
that in the
context I
90s,
did not
too.
know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you hated the stuff that happened to a vampire, guess how the guy who wrote it felt.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Please remember, he didn't ever intend for there to be more than the basic clans that were in that first book.
Yep, all the clan creep, all the stuff where characters could get like to be generation 3 and all that. Like none of that was Ryan Hagan. So
and he never wanted the mysteries or anything like that to be undone by anyone, and yet of course they spilled the beans on everything because they had to, because they just couldn't help themselves, because they thought they were more clever.
Pumping out book after book, get all the books, get book. Doesn't matter if they contradict each other, get the books.
Well, you know, it's like they say, you know, when you're in TTRPGs, it's publish or die. So.
Pretty much.
But until then,
Speaking of which, I gotta write. It's good.
Yes, we'll see you guys on Saturday, and take care.
Ta-ta!
Bye.